January 2025 will be etched in our collective memory as a month of profound loss, political upheaval, and unsettling uncertainty. The year began with a horrifying act of terrorism in the heart of New Orleans, casting a pall over New Year's celebrations. Meanwhile, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict flared up once more, bringing more death and destruction to Gaza. Back in the United States, Donald Trump returned to the Oval Office, ushering in a new era of political division and executive action. From the devastating wildfires in California to the passing of former President Jimmy Carter, January 2025 presented a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present potential for chaos in our world. Join me as we take a closer look at the defining moments of this tumultuous month. As fireworks lit up the sky over New Orleans, a city known for its joyous celebrations, tragedy struck on Bourbon Street. A truck, driven by 42-year-old Army veteran Shamsuddin Jabbar, plowed into a crowd of New Year's Eve revelers. The attack left 14 dead and 30 injured, instantly transforming a night of revelry into a scene of carnage. Jabbar was killed in a shootout with police, leaving behind a trail of questions about his motives and the terrifying attack he orchestrated. The FBI, treating the incident as an act of terrorism, uncovered disturbing evidence. Jabbar had visited New Orleans twice in the months leading up to the attack, using meta-glasses to record surveillance footage of Bourbon Street. His digital footprint revealed trips to Cairo and Ontario, raising concerns about potential international connections. Most alarmingly, IEDs were discovered in his truck and Airbnb, suggesting a level of premeditation that sent chills down the spines of investigators. The attack served as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of even the most celebratory gatherings to the threat of extremism. While the world reeled from the New Orleans attack, violence erupted once again in the Gaza Strip. Israeli airstrikes, launched in response to rocket fire from Hamas, claimed the lives of at least 12 Palestinians, many of them women and children. The strikes, part of an ongoing cycle of violence, drew international condemnation and reignited debates about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The human cost of the conflict was tragically evident in the faces of those caught in the crossfire. Families huddled in fear as bombs rained down around them, their homes reduced to rubble. Hospitals, already strained by years of conflict, struggled to cope with the influx of casualties. The situation in Gaza served as a grim reminder of the devastating toll of a seemingly intractable conflict. January 20th marked the return of Donald Trump to the White House, an event met with both cheers and jeers from a deeply divided nation. His inauguration, held indoors due to extreme cold, was a more subdued affair than his first, but no less symbolic of the nation's political polarization. Within hours of taking office, Trump unleashed a flurry of executive orders, signaling his intent to swiftly dismantle his predecessor's legacy. Trump's executive actions targeted a wide range of issues from immigration and healthcare to environmental regulations and foreign policy. He declared a national emergency on the U.S.-Mexico border, reinstated the travel ban on several Muslim-majority countries, and withdrew the United States from the Paris Climate Accord. His actions drew immediate criticism from Democrats and human rights groups, who accused him of overstepping his authority and endangering vulnerable populations. Trump's return to power promised to be as tumultuous and controversial as his first term. As if a terrorist attack, a renewed conflict in Gaza, and the return of Donald Trump weren't enough, January also brought with it a series of devastating wildfires in California. Fueled by strong Santa Ana winds and tinder-dry conditions, the fires ripped through thousands of acres, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Homes were reduced to ashes, businesses were destroyed, and lives were tragically cut short. The scale of the devastation was staggering. In Los Angeles County alone, the fires claimed the lives of at least 25 people, injured hundreds more, and forced thousands to flee their homes. The air quality in affected areas reached hazardous levels, prompting health warnings and school closures. Firefighters, working tirelessly around the clock, struggled to contain the blazes, which seemed to defy their every effort. The California wildfires served as a stark reminder of the growing threat posed by climate change and the urgent need for action to address it. Amidst the chaos and uncertainty of January, the nation paused to mourn the passing of former President Jimmy Carter. Carter, the 39th President of the United States, died at the age of 98, leaving behind a legacy of peacemaking, humanitarianism, and unwavering integrity. Tributes poured in from across the political spectrum, honoring a man who dedicated his life to service and who never wavered from his principles. Carter's funeral, held in his hometown of Plains, Georgia, was attended by dignitaries from around the world, including President Trump. In a rare moment of unity, Americans from all walks of life came together to remember a leader who embodied the best of their nation. Carter's passing served as a poignant reminder of the importance of compassion, empathy, and a commitment to making the world a better place. While the events described above dominated the headlines in January 2025, they were far from the only newsworthy occurrences of the month. Other notable events included the awarding of the Presidential Medal of Freedom to 19 individuals, including Hillary Clinton, George Soros, and Denzel Washington, the explosion of a Tesla Cybertruck at a Trump hotel, an act of protest by a disgruntled soldier, and a contentious confirmation hearing for Robert F. Kennedy Jr., nominated by Trump to head the Department of Health and Human Services. Internationally, tensions continued to simmer between Russia and Ukraine, with Russia vowing retaliation after claiming to have shot down US-made missiles fired by Ukraine. The incident raised fears of a wider conflict, highlighting the precarious state of global security. As January drew to a close, the world found itself grappling with a multitude of challenges, from terrorism and political turmoil to climate change and geopolitical tensions. The events of this tumultuous month served as a stark reminder of the complexities of our time and the urgent need for cooperation, understanding, and a shared commitment to building a more peaceful and just world.